Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you. Returning part two. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission. Yeah, and I'm on it. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life. And that's what it is for me. Through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. The answer is rhetorical, but if you don't have it for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm giving part two to the psycho-spiritual journey we were talking about. I'm going to go back and start from where I ended up at, where, as I explained earlier, the second important idea that derived from what they call the paute, I'm about to explain that to you, is that what? They represent a whole number, 10, all right? E naught, 9. The octode is 8. Okay, but those convey an idea, again, of special symmetry, meaning what? The highest level being Ra is just supposed, that means opposite. At the bottom, you have Haru, Her. At the top, you got Ra. And in between, you got to master all those aspects of your character, aka God and goddesses, and you will reach back to where you come from. Ra, that's the concept. So let's go. And you got the Paute, which is the image of Haru. That's you and God, but only thing separate y'all is you knowing yourself to get back home. So at one end, you'll see a perfect singular, which is Supreme Self, which is Ra. And you see the other, at the end, the perfect combination of what? Spirit represents Asar. Okay, spirit and matter. Spirit meaning God, matter meaning man. In the flesh, that's Haru. In the form of Haru. Woo. And so watch this. So while the tree of life, they call it the cosmic onomythograph, may be understood, I gave that lesson already, hope you remember it, but as a reference to higher and lower, don't mean what you think it means. The idea in reality, what? The image is not to be understood, again, as teaching of something that is above to be better. No. Something that below is lesser. It don't work that way. All right. Thou has done, watch this, though this does not mean that people who exist on the lower plane may be not degraded, because what? They can be. Humans, if you're egotistical, you're going to be led and going the wrong way. However, we got the however. This is the key right here. And right thinkers, this is what you need to understand. Watch this. Haru, which represents you. For Christians, is Christ. Same concept. Don't get it wrong. Watch this. And if you're Christian, you can follow the same concept and just match it to yours. And you'll see there's no difference. Watch this. Haru is what? On that plane, the lower level. He's at the bottom. Ra's at the top. Stuff in between. That's your job. And watch this. Haru is on the plane to what? He's on the lower plane. The lowest. He started at the bottom. Like this. This is all Haru. To get here is what you got to do for you. Everybody has the same opportunity. So let's go. And watch this. He's on the same plane too. However, this is the difference. He's on the plane, the lowest plane of degradation, meaning he's human in the flesh. But what did he do? Therefore, degradation is not a rigid state. Ignorance of self is not a permanent state. Human beings can what? Can elevate themselves. There we go. Elevate your what? Consciousness, your awareness of who you are to a level, watch this, when it is teaching which expresses what? The essence, again, of creation, containing subtle as well as grosser objects, spirit and matter, which all emanate from what? The same source. Whatever you call God, don't care. Whatever your belief system say, don't care. Okay? This is how creation goes. You can slice it, dice it any way you want. Moving on. But watch this. Everything comes from the one. We knew that. Oh, they worship many gods. No, we worship aspects of God, emanations of God, which is aspects of your character. Again, trying to make it that concept. But the ancient Egyptians' teachings states what? That which is above is the same as that which is below. Why? They're the same thing. Conscious, physical. Come together as one. If the above and below teaching concept, watch this, is to be rightly understood, correctly, and applied when daily, it should be understood as what? You're referring to the idea that everything, what? In creation is a reflection of what? The spiritual essence which transcends physicality. Spirit. The physical universe is what? Is really an emanation from the spiritual essence, and as such, it's sustained by the same thing. Spiritual essence, we call them principles. Watch this. The very matter which constitutes what? Creation, the universe, watch this, is in reality what? Spirit in a condensed form, just as when what? A person falls asleep. Whatever you have in your mind, my dreams only gonna be what's in my conscious mind. If it's outside my conscious, I can't conceive it. Why? I can't understand it. It don't register. So that's called being what? Ignorant to things outside of yourself. That's why you can learn. Moving on. Artificial intelligence not supposed to have that weakness, but they do. Why? Because it was programmed by somebody who had that weakness of understanding other things than they're not too proficient in. I don't teach what I'm not proficient in. I know a lot of stuff. I don't teach a lot of stuff. I teach what I'm proficient in. Moving on. And when you fall asleep, and like I say, God is asleep right now. And the Indians said, when Shiva opened up, the destruction of the world would start, and when you go to sleep, it start back over again. With Ra, when he wake up, everything go back into him and start back over again. Conceptually, we don't know. Again, but your dream world is really condensed out of what? Your own consciousness. So you can only dream what's in your head. Noon is the underlying primordial consciousness of creation. Before anything, there was the noon. Y'all call it the abyss. Same thing. So don't get caught up in names, okay? Ra may be seen what? I keep telling you, as the soul of creation. That's light, okay? When it started, creation. Before that, we had transcendental essence that was just there. The noon, again, got that. And now, Ra is creation. Tahuti, again, may be seen as what? The cosmic mind of creation, which is God. So Tahuti is the cosmic mind of every individual. He give you that. That's not into Pauti. Watch this. He's the sustainer. You got Tahuti. You got Het Haru, a.k.a. Hathor. And she may be seen as what? The vital life force. Okay? Energy. Female concept of Haru. Okay? In creation. And then my favorite. You have Maya. She may be seen as what? The underlying order of creation. She's the glue that holds it together. How about that? Why? Because she represents duality. She gives balance to creation. She keeps it all where it's supposed to be. And you see her feather? It don't move. I love that. All right, now we're about to get to the good stuff. Het Haru and Maya. Excuse me. Tahuti Het Hadu and Mayat is not part of the Paute. Why? It sustains nature. God put them there to do just that. Watch this. And they are the underlying principles which sustain the Paut. Here's a picture of the boat. Okay, metaphorically, the boat essence is the concept. Why? If the earth is 75% water, what you gonna need to get around this damn thing? A boat. Moving on. They call it the celestial boat. He ride one in the day, he got one for the night. The one in the day is just him, Tahuti, and Mayat. No problem. They're going in the daytime. He doing his thing, cross the sky, 12 steps, getting there. All right. But when he gets to sundown, he got to make a call. Why? I need all my people, my God and goddesses. Why? Because he's about to go to war with Apophis. Another lesson, but that's the concept. Now we're going to deal with an image. I showed you the image of the company of the God and goddesses of Ra. Okay? He's on his boat. He got Asar, he got Amun, he got Mut, he got Isis, he got Aset, he got Asar, he got all the people, every aspect that's inside you. How about that? That's what he keeps with him when he got to go do work. If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys. Wow, we about to go take care of business. If I want to do some dirt, if I want to do something, I got one brother. I see the commercial, the guy come up to him and say, you know what? You can't ask no questions. We need to go do something, and it could get rough. My man said, okay, I do got one question. When? Now, if I went to my brother and gave him the concept, he'd be with me. And if he called me, I'd do the same thing. Why? If you need me, I ain't asking no questions. We can deal with that later, but that's the whole concept. When Ra calls his boys, they don't ask questions, they come. And that whole gang mentality right now, we know strength is in what? Numbers? So you got gangs everywhere. Why? In prison, it's a way of life. You don't want that. Trust me, it's a whole lot of stuff that go with that nonsense. But they created their own world. Why? That's all they got. We tend to do that. Okay, moving on. But let's deal with freedom. Okay, I ain't got time for the other stuff. And now I just showed you the image of the Paute, God and goddesses of Ra. The image I just showed you above, it shows the Paute of creation, along with the underlying principles. They all have principles which sustain them. They have purpose and reason. They all have a headdress, and the headdress will pretty much tell you what they're about. I gave that lesson. As explained earlier, the Paut refers to creation itself. Yeah, the deities of the Paute are 9 in number, and they include, you ready? Shu. I'm going to break all these down for you. That's the next lesson. That's the good part for me. All this is broken down. You got Shu, Tufnu, Geb, Nu. Then that's the 5 elements. Okay, nature. I miss Earth, Wind, and Fire. Nevertheless, I still regret that, not paying attention. They was having the message that I just missed totally. Love their records, love their music. I didn't put them together. Moving on. The elements. Okay, I missed that one. My faux pas. Then you got Tufnu, Geb, Nu, and Asar is the first. He's the 6th element. That's spirit. That's spirit coming into what? Matter. Human form, consciously. Why? Above is below. Asar represents below in the spirit, in the flesh, And his counterpart, Aset, his brother, Set, his sister, Nephat. And Haru is the end product of us. So they show you who you're going to be. But Haru Pakar is the baby. You see the baby with the mother from the time he's suckling on, he gets older, he grow, he become Haru the Great. Why? He became conscious of himself. He defeated his ego, his evil essence of his character, which is his uncle Set, which is the ego. Moving on, quick little lesson. I love that story. It's life. And everything that's in that story is part of your life. And now you got Mayate, Het Hadu, and you got Tahuti. And they are not part, like I told you a little while ago, of the Paute itself. Why? They are the subtle principles which created by Ra to do what? To support its existence. Apu, which is Anubis. Y'all know him as. Again, of course, it's Greece. No, but I ain't going there. I ain't got time for that today. But Apu, which I know is Anubis, is a production, you ready, of spirit and mortal life. His mother was Nephat. She represents mortality. She represents nature. Nature does what? It breathes, it births, it dies, it rebirths continually. That's life and death. That's what she represents in life. And the spirit, which is Asar, is constant. So the idea that they got together, they created their offspring. So he is the new principle emanating from what? Creation itself. But it's a part of you which represents your discernment, your ability to recognize a liar from a truth teller. Me from them other guys. Well, the other guys lie. Yep. I can vouch for me. I can tell you they lying. I see them, I listen. And it amazes me that they get a whole bunch of all that. Yeah, but the stuff that they giving you only serve them. Moving on. I'm trying to serve you. You can serve yourself. You can be self-sustaining. You won't need me once I give you what you need. So, and down here it says pa, which is P-A, and then they're going to break down paute. You got pa, okay? Pau, P-A-U. The U sound is like the double O, like ooh, nu, not ooh, nut. No, the U sound is the long O. How about that? Just a little tidbit. Then you got paut, P-A-U-T. And you put the I to it. Now you got paute. That's like putting an S on it, plural. Okay, like a root, something like that. Anything that with that, in essence, is more than one. And the T, most females names end with a T. The Greeks didn't give a damn about that. Why? They came and changed everybody's name. Nephthys, and I said the main, end in T. Moving on. Another lesson. All right. But now, in our ancient Egyptian words, they had a play on words. They had a purpose and a reason. That's why they say words are spells. Yeah, words are power. Yeah, if you use them correctly. Now, the Egyptian words and symbols related to the company of God and goddesses, the paute. It indicates several important, mystical teachings. Mystical means you have to understand it, interpret it, to manifest it for yourself. It's mystical because what it's going to do is going to create something for you. And the root of ancient Egyptian word paute is what? Pa, P-A. And what that means? Pa means to exist. Hence, God is Pa. Not because he's male. Again, we don't do everything ain't got to be male or female. This is singular. Pa, one, existed. He's the one. Thus, creation is now endowed with what? The quality of existence. Everything comes out of him, the one, as opposed to what? Non-existence. P-A-U, Pau, is the next progression. We took it from Pa, that's the existence. P-A-U, now the next progression in the word, and that means what? The primeval divinity, the source of creation, the root of existence. And Pau, there you go, you coming there, we getting there, is the next evolution of, again, the same word, the Pa, P-A-U, meaning that the very substance out of which everything is created is what? Is the one and the same. It don't change. It comes from him, and that's it. So now you got the Pau, two, also refers to what? Living beings. Especially what? Human beings. No, I had a joke I could put there, but no, I'll let that one go this time. I can't let it go. Guy went to the doctor one time and put this thing out, and the doctor examined him. Doctor said, "Whoa, my man, what you do with this thing?" He said, "Well, doc, I put it in beans." Doc said, "What kind of beans?" "Human beings, doc. What kind you think?" You had to have been there. All right, moving on. I don't do jokes. All right, what's funny to me might not be funny to you. Moving on, let's go. I took it different. And watch this. It means what? The company, the Pau, means what? Referred to the primeval divinity or what? Divine self. Again, God. We knew God as well as what? The divinity, the deities who composed what they call the company of gods and goddesses, meaning they're going to be male and female. Paute and Netaru, nature, composed of what? Male and female, opposites coming together to what? Create more life. Two men can't create nothing. Two women could show, can't create nothing. Again, if that's all you want, that's all you're going to get. Moving on. Therefore, the most important teachings related to what nature, the nature of creation is being given here. I'm trying to explain it, break it down to you as best I can. And watch this. The gods and goddesses of creation are not separate principles or entities or deities. What? They are in reality one and the same as the primeval divinity, excuse me. They are what? Again, they are expressions of that divine self, the one. However, they are not transformations or of what? Elevations from the divine self. Nothing separate from him. Everything is part of him. But the very same divine self is what? Expressing itself as creation and forms through what? Through the acts. The Kepri, okay? Kepri, the scarab head man, he represents what? Creation. Watch this. He represents creation, the acts of creation in sunrise. When the scarab beetles come out, that dung, full grown, ready to go. Okay, to eat more dung. Okay, to make more beetles, to put them in the egg, put them in the dung, and that's their food, but there's also their life support system. Okay, and Kepri, creation of what? They got to hit the Shita. Remember Shita? Means the hidden. I'm teaching you esoteric knowledge. They didn't give two craps about exo, meaning the outer side. They wanted to give you the real meaning. Why? So you can have knowledge and understanding of it. Not just believe it because they said so. They put you in a position where I can tell you, I can teach you how to get to God. I ain't got to tell you about God. This is my concern. I want you to know him for yourself. Why? That's how it's supposed to be from our ancients. Not to believe when somebody tell you about God. You can't tell me about God. I know God. Moving on. If you want to know about it, come check me out. I can tell you. But Shita means studying the hidden Kapari, which means the hidden beginnings, hidden creation of forms. Again, the hidden creator, which is Amon, the hidden one. He's inside of us. That's God and his creation at his best in forms. So even though, watch this, God is referred to as what? The primordial deity. Again, who did something long ago, nope, or set in motion various things of creation, which sustained it in all the time. With the understanding, watch this, it should be clear to see what? That God is not distant or aloof, up high, looking down low, or outside of you. That's the reason why I don't follow religions. Why? They took God and put him somewhere other than in me. I can't roll with that. Simple. Those who follow that, I ain't got a problem with you at all. I fellowship with you, love you, respect you. I just don't think like you when it comes on that line. That's all. That's the only thing we got different. I think a little different. I know something a little more. If you want to learn that, tune in. Other than that, keep that. If what you believe in is working, keep doing that. I ain't trying to tell you to stop that. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. Why? It's working for me. So I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. This. No, it don't work that way. So I wouldn't expect you to do the same thing for me. If you want what I got, fine. If not, fine. Moving on. I see the clock. I got to get out of here. And God is not distant or aloof from his creation. Observing creation, again, from afar. That's what takes me out of religions. I don't subscribe to God outside of me. Hope you understand that. And watch this. He's observing creation from afar, as if often conceived in your orthodox religion. See, I hadn't even gotten there yet, but I know when it comes to that, y'all got a different concept. That's all. Moving again, that's where we differ. But boys in the hood, I tell you, when they're going to get the guys who shot Ricky, Cuba riding down, Cuba in the back seat, what started kicking in? His conscience. Okay, whoa. My man, pull up. Why? I'm out. Why? I know it's leading. And if you know where something is going and you go there anyway, you got to be responsible for that decision that you made. He got out. What happened to the rest of them? They got what they deserve. Simple as that. That's God. That's God. Not, he didn't do it. No. God just made sure whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's good, you get rewarded. If it's bad, you pay the price. Simple as that. That's God. Well, why God let us get slavery? Why God let the white man do this? God don't play that game. Moving on. I ain't got time for that lesson. I'm doing this one right now. So I got you. But where we at? Now, the divine self is the very essence of creation itself and is in every part of his creation when all times. When this body can't function with the spirit in it, what the spirit gonna do? Okay, I'm out. Simple. It can do that once the body cease to perform and function. I can't deal with it anymore. Okay, I'm out. Next, gotta go on. And the concept is, if it's enlightened, it's going home. If not, it's gonna find another body. Moving on. But that's the concept. I keep trying to bring that home to you. Don't lose track of the concept. That's what's important. And watch this. And this is why I'm about to wrap it up. I see the clock. The terms pa-netta and netaru is symbolized by a bird with the wings, and then it got a flag represent God. Remember, we don't have images. See, we know that. We ain't play that game, so I ain't gonna tell no graven images, but yet y'all make cross and all that other stuff, so stop with the nonsense, okay? Symbology, I mean, you give them and symbolically make it mean something. That's it. These all mean something to me, symbolically. Might not mean a damn thing to somebody else, but that's what I'm saying. It means something to me. You have your altars. It means something to the person who set it up. The people who come and worship at it, don't give two craps. Why? It's the person who set it up. Altar. It's personal. Moving on. Like everything else, when you do between you and your higher self, it's personal. Keep it personal. I share it because I have no problem with it. Why? I'm trying to help you have a personal relationship with God for yourself. My pastor do it a little different, but we do the same thing. Trying to get you to God. Moving on. Why? We both know him. Okay, that's why. Where I'm at? Oh, Lord. Okay, pa-netta, we down there. Okay, netaru. All right. Netaru means more than one. Again, you put that, you on it, you making it plural. Okay. Divine separation. Okay, here we go. Yeah. And they got I was on the side. The terms pa-netta and the netaru. To show you the flag. It also used to describe what? The divine. They knew God, okay? Pa-netta means what? You ready? The supreme being. You hear me use that title because that's what he is. God is another title. Supreme being is what he is. God is just the title that y'all named it. We knew what it was. Why? Pa-netta. He's existence of nature. He's the nature creator. He's the all. He's the one. They call him the absolute. Whatever. Okay. But again, a netaru means the god and goddesses, male and female aspects. Also, netaru refers to what? Creation itself. Nature, we call it. So netaru emanates from who? Neter, the one. Supreme. Okay. Note that the term pa-netta includes the designated what? Pa, which what means what? Exists. God. We know he exists. So we got to, you can believe. You got to believe he exists. You need to know it. Okay. And the term neter does not, in this context, means that this is what? The divinity. No, not the absolute. Again, that's the title. The others, the netaru, are not absolute. Why? Not abiding in what? In of themselves. They were created. So they don't create themselves. God created himself and everything outside that. That's the concept. But rather in pa-netta, everything is in him. Creation is nothing but what? You ready? God who has assumed what? Various forms of himself or nature, netaru. You got trees, you got cake, you got bread, you got human beings, you got metal, you got air, fire, water, animals, planets, space, electricity, etc. See where we going there? And all of that is attributed to what? The one supreme being, God. And watch this. The term, wrapping it up, pa, the, as a what? Grammatical term in ancient Egypt is used before singular or plural nouns. A noun, we know phrases that what? Denote particular specified person, place, or thing, the baby, the dress, etc. In the Kemetic language, the noun refers to what? The object that exists as practical realities. But when applied to the supreme being, the grammatical particle, becomes part of what? The noun, thus signifying the exclusive designation of who? Pa, neter, the divine. In essence, wrapping it up, the supreme being. And this is the profound teachings I'm trying to get across to my right thinkers, which should be reflected upon when often, so that the mind may become enlightened. That's my mission for my right thinkers. Enlightened to what? To its deeper meaning, and thereby you can discover the divinity of nature where? Within yourself and for yourself. This is the caveat right here, closing out. The divine self is not only in creation, but where? Here we go. In the heart of every human being. That's where I get it from. I don't make it up. As well, what? Therefore, the very essence, the substratum of every human being is in reality what? God as well. God's in the flesh. The task of spiritual practice, right thinking philosophy I'm teaching, and the Sima Tawi, that's Egyptian yoga, which I manifest and practice and master. I call it right thinking philosophy for another reason, but that's what it is. And this, the goal is to what? Discover what? This essential nature, where? Within your own heart. Becoming conscious of it. I call it heart-mind coherence. When they become one, you know who you are. You know you are God. Best feeling in the world. Okay? Where we at? Wrapping it up. And what happens? Okay. Okay, this can occur if what? Only when one reflects upon the teachings that they learn, and they realize, aka mastered it, the meaning by what? Discovering its real reality in the deepest recesses of one's own experience. Again, you have to have your own experience. So when this occurs, what happened? You, the person who has attained knowledge of self, in this level of what? Self-discovery, nihas, is referred to, you ready? As having become enlightened. You become Haru. They have discovered what? Their true divine nature. Where? Not out there, within oneself. And they have discovered their oneness with the divine self. That's my mission for All Right Thinkers, to do just that. I'm not trying to baptize you, but I'm trying to enlighten you so you can become your best self and know yourself. That's a lesson. It took a little long, but guess what? I'll be back. And in closing, Right Thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100 minutes a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away, especially those who know themselves.